So many clinicians are talking about how unresolved internal issues get played out in your relationships. So I ask the question, which would you prefer? Do you prefer intimate reenactments of your childhood trauma with lover after lover after lover after lover? Or do you prefer reconciling as the new versions of yourself? Because a reconciliation can only work if you become something different than what you were that broke the previous relationship. Tonight's going to be deep. I want you to get to your phone lines. You already know what it is. It's a national discussion. And before we open up the phone lines, you know the number, 1-800-920-1580. I want to introduce you to the young lady who's going to be participating. Talk to us, Miss Big Deal. What makes you a big deal? Talk to us. We want to know your perspective on tonight's topic.
First of all, I'm a pretty big deal. Just start there.
Okay.
Actually, let's say I'm a domestic violence counselor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a healthy relationship. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I teach healthy versus unhealthy relationships. So I do this weekly on the radio, but I also teach it in schools to middle school, high school, and college students. I do this every week. And I think that people, before we jump into this conversation, can I just throw my perspective out there and then we can dive deep?
Absolutely, yes.
I think that people want to do reincarnations, like they want to start over, but it's a natural habit for them to just kind of recycle and do it over and over again. In their mind, they want different. But I just think that the habit in them, they're just going to always revert back to what they're used to. But I don't think that they want to do it. I just think that it's a familiar space.
It's familiar.
Yeah, I think people just naturally go back to what they're used to. But I think they want different.
They want something
They don't know how to
different.
get there, though.
They just don't know what different actually looks like or what it takes
It's hard.
to get different.
It's hard.
Why?
It requires too much work.
Why?
It requires too much work. It requires too much work. I mean,
So people are intimately lazy, is what you're telling me.
intimate. You would have to sit with yourself for a long time by yourself.
Come on.
By yourself. So by yourself. That means you can't date. That means that you can't go out with anyone. You can't entertain anyone. You can't be intimate with anyone. Right? You can't get to know anyone new. In order to break the cycle of what you used to do and do something different in order to have a different result, you have to be by yourself. How many men and women do you know are going to do it? It's easy to go back to what you're used to because it's familiar. It's familiar discomfort.
Oh, familiar discomfort.
Yeah, you can predict it.
Which is, in a weird way, is a kind of comfort.
Yeah, because you know what it looks like. You know what to do.
Wow. You know how to cope.
Yeah, you know what's coming next.
1-800-920-1580. She says she's a big deal. She's cooking with the rarest grease right now. Every reenactment is the soul suicide note, written in the handwriting of the nervous system. It repeats, not to torment, but to expose the lie. The healing can occur when remaining divided against oneself. Listen to that. Remaining divided against oneself. Clinical psychology calls it repetition compulsion. Mysticism calls it karma. Physics calls it feedback. But at its core, reenactment is a cosmic diagnostic tool. The universe replaying your unintegrated self until you awaken as its author. You are not attracting toxic partners. You are magnetizing mirrors potent enough to display your unreconciled fragments back to yourself. The psyche is mercifully ruthless. Listen to that. Mercifully ruthless.
It's exhausting.
It will reproduce your prison until you recognize that the jailer and the jailed share the same DNA. Lord have mercy. The hidden function of reenactment. People don't understand this. You're replaying a wound. You're replaying a trauma. You're replaying a toxic situation so that you can claim it. In my 2015 book, The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship, we highlighted the concept of claim over blame. You have to claim the reflections that are coming from the partner you magnetized into your life. They wouldn't even be attractive to you if you didn't have something disjointed within you.
I can actually relate to that.
Talk to me.
I can relate to that. I mean, because I know for myself personally, there's been, I mean, just myself being and doing what I do, I can say that there's been times that I've called in people into my life that I feel needed me, because I feel like there's something about them that I felt like I could help, that I could change. Not change like change them, but it's like if I feel like they were broken, or maybe that they've been abandoned in their past. Like, well, I don't want to be the one to abandon you. So, I want to be there for you. Like, I know that other people may have left you, so I'm going to stay. So I feel like I can help. Like, I don't want to do to you what others have done to you, but to my own detriment.
I was going to say, is that codependency?
It can be looked at as codependency, but it could also be looked at as like, I don't want to be the one to fail you because other people have failed you. But that's also not my job to save everyone. Right. And so sometimes we take on burdens that are not ours to carry. Do you know what I mean? And so I think a lot of people do that, and men do that too. It's not just something that women do. There's a lot of men that come into the lives of women who feel like there's women who they feel are in places that, okay, well, I can help her, whether it's financially,
wallet saviors.
Wallet saviors.
Wallet
I can
messiahs.
come in, I can help you out, and things like that. And before you know it, you're drowning. You're drowning, trying to help someone else. And before you look up, you realize, I'm like, what? What am I getting out of this? You're exhausting yourself. So there's a lot of different ways that you can come into someone's life, and you think that you're helping them by trying to do something that the last guy didn't do. I want to show you that I'm different.
So let me ask you, what do you think the purpose of intimate relationship is for?
I would say this for partnership. I would say it's companionship, it's for partnership, it's for growth, it's to have someone there by your side to go through life with, to go through challenges with, someone to just be there with you. But I don't think that that's what it's become today. I think now it's ownership, it's possession, it's to have dominion over someone else. It's someone to bully a lot of times. It's someone to take your bad day out on. I don't see the benefit too much to
take your bad day out.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's someone. It's not looked at anymore. I don't see the benefit. When they say I can do bad all by myself, today I really see the benefit of being by yourself, because to me, right now today, I'm just saying the culture as it is today, I don't see where having someone. I can see where it's more toxic than to be by yourself, because it seems like being by yourself is bringing more peace than having someone else in your life. Interesting
response. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the VOR on KBLA Talk 1580. We're getting ready to open up the phone lines for this national discussion, but we're talking about something very, very powerful here. Reenactment versus reconciliation. It's a reconciliation anyway when you go to the new relationship as the same old person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm listening to what you're saying here. For me, and I've been teaching this for over 30 years now, nearly 30 years, not quite 30, but nearly 30 years. Relationship has a spiritual component that hasn't gotten the PR.
No.
That the societal portion gets. Yes, relationships are for companionship. Sure. Absolutely. That's what the word means too. Relationships, related, we're connected. But on a deeper level, I think relationships are for the discovery of self, right? Yeah. Self-awareness. This is how you discover yourself as you are. You need to have that reflection bounce off of someone else so you can understand, oh, I made you feel this way. I did this to you. Or I show up this way, reflecting how you show up towards me, right? Mm-hmm. So I think there's a spiritual component, and it's starting to get a little traction in today's society, slowly but surely. It doesn't have, I would say, the steam as the societal piece, which is how much money do you make? Where do you work? What school did you go to? What neighborhood do you live? Do you
Yeah.
drive? Do you have money? All of that kind of stuff. But I would say the spiritual stuff is starting to take root. Now, we reenact fragmented lessons from early childhood. How are they lessons? Well, the coping mechanism you use to survive your parent is what you have to overcome when you get with a partner. The partner's going to reflect that coping mechanism back to you through conflict.
Yeah.
So now you have to say, oh, let me take this and rewrite it.
Yeah.
Because this person isn't my parent. They're not responsible for finishing their job.
Yeah.
So now I have to reparent myself.
Yeah.
Right? And be an adult in this situation. When we come forward, the voice of reason and the big deal. We in here cooking with the rarest olive oil. Get at me.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hello, KBLA delegation. Tavis Smiley here. On Saturday, October 25th, LA Trade Tech becomes the epicenter of ideas that matter. The Left Coast Forum is bringing together voices that challenge, inspire, and illuminate, with keynote presentations from people like noted economist Richard Wolff, the man who breaks down capitalism in ways that make sense to working folk like you and me, and Dr. Cornel West will be there, the brilliant philosopher and activist who never stops fighting for justice and speaking truth to power and to the powerless, for that matter. So this isn't just another conference. This is where ideas get tested, where the conversations that shape our future begin. Multiple plenary sessions, dynamic speakers, real talk about the issues that impact our communities, and then some good food and a live band. Saturday, October 25th, LA Trade Tech, Left Coast Forum. The event is free and open to the public, but you must register at our KBLA1580.com website, where you can also peep the plenary topics. The future belongs to those who show up and engage. So don't just think about change, be part of the conversation that creates it. The Left Coast Forum is brought to you by the LA Progressive, the Empowerment Congress, Community Coalition, Partnership for Growth LA, Southwest Voter Registration Education Project, LA Care Health Plan, United Teachers Los Angeles, Black Progressive Action Coalition, St. John's Community Health, the National Lawyers Guild, the Weingart Foundation, and more. Space is limited, so if I were you, I'd register right now at KBLA1580.com. Your voice matters, your presence matters. We'll see you there.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
America is my descent, and here I'm far from home. I dwell within a land that's meant for many men, not my tone. Yeah.
Had I been afraid to disappoint you because I don't want to lose your friendship, and I don't want to lose your friendship, but if I believe that if I'm authentic, I'm going to lose Jay's friendship, that's going to keep me inauthentic. And you'll never know me. And even when you like me, there's still going to be a fear in me. What if he really knew me, you know?
Yeah.
So it doesn't even work.
Yeah.
But we're so afraid of disappointing others.
And then one day I may feel we have an inauthentic friendship.
That's
because
right.
I can notice that you're not being fully yourself.
Yeah.
And then I can even feel that way. You can let me down even by trying to be everything I wanted you to be. That's what I find so fascinating in life, is that you can let someone down even after becoming everything you thought they wanted you to be.
Well, exactly. Well, go back to that example of coffee. If I said to you, Jay, I'm sorry, I can't do it today, which honors you more?
Mm-hmm.
If I believe that you're so weak and vulnerable that you can't handle a no, or if I honor you by telling you the truth, which shows you more respect? You know,
Definitely there.
so that I can be everything you want me to be.
That was Jay Shetty and Gabor Maté. I love Gabor Maté's work. Let me ask you a question. Which is more abundant in intimate relationship? Today's intimate relationships. Truth or lies?
Lies.
Why? Why do you say that? Gabor Maté was just explaining like the difficulty of being able to be truthful and honoring your friend with the truth. Why would you say more lies than truth are prevalent in today's relationships?
Because I think the lies go down better. It's easier to digest. It's the same reason why, people, if a man is single and he meets a woman and they start dating and talking, most of the time the woman would want to hear that she's the only one that he's talking to, even though she knows that he was single before she met him. Well, we know that there's other women in the picture, but you still want him to tell you that you're the only one that he's talking to. So he's going to tell you that you're the only one he's talking to, and you're going to be okay with that because the lie sounds better than the truth.
Now, some women would disagree. You
They
know
might.
that. Andy back, he agreed. You heard the keys. You heard the organs. When you hear the organs, that means Andy agrees. Boy, Andy said, well, hey. But let me say this, though. If more lies exist in modern day relationships, maybe not all relationships, but say modern day relationships, how does one orient their relationship back to the truth?
Out the gate, at hello, the first conversation. You have to just say what it is from the beginning. And if they don't like it, then they don't like it. That goes for men and women. You have to say what it is immediately.
But we live in an insecure world.
If they don't.
And when people are insecure, they don't want rejection. You know, the biggest stage show in the world is the dating scene.
Then
People are performing.
Then that's not your people. Then you may have less people. Your roster may be a little lighter. But then you have to tell the truth. If that means you have 2 people on your roster, then your roster has 2 people. Then you might not have 5.
Hold on, roster talk?
No, I'm just saying if you're
We got rosters now?
If you're a single person and you come out and you tell them the truth and you're like, listen, this is what it is. I'm not in a place where I'm ready to commit, but I'm open to making, connections and dating and seeing where things go, but I'm not ready to commit. If the person is not okay with it and they're ready to commit right now, they're looking for a significant other, or they want to get married or have children, and you're saying you're not in that place right now, but you're open to deep, intimate connections, that's not your person. Let them go.
So this is what we'll do. I want you to answer this question on the other side. Which would you prefer? A reenactment of childhood wounds acted out in your intimate relationships conflict, or a reconciliation. When we come forward, the voice of reason will get the big deals response.
For your own and a stable ground. Every day see you grow. And remember what you already know. I'll see love radiate from your
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Florida Democrats are urging Republicans to negotiate on health care before reopening the government. Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz warned Obamacare tax credits expire soon, while Black Rep Maxwell Frost says Floridians deserve honesty.
The governor should be warning people that their health care is about to go up, especially being the governor of a state that has the largest amount of people who use the Affordable Care Act in the entire country.
House Speaker Mike Johnson argues the government must reopen before any health care debate. Former President Barack Obama is starring in a new ad urging Californians to vote yes on Proposition 50. In the 30-second spot, Obama warns that democracy is in danger. The ad will air statewide through Election Day. And Natalia Harris, Delaware, Ohio's first black woman city attorney, has resigned, citing bullying and discrimination. Hired in 2019, her last day was October 3rd. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader. If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcasts of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your black.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
Is your loved one at the hospital or in a nursing home? Have they developed bed sores, fallen, or worse? These are things your family members should be protected from. Bed sores, falls, and dehydration are almost always the result of negligent care. If this has happened to your loved one, call Zoran at Basic Law Group at 800-215-1234 or visit basiclawgroup.com. The consultation is free, and if they don't win, you don't pay. That's 800-215-1234.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Want the pie, why is why, till we fry, watch us all, stand in line, for a slice of the devil's pie, drugs and thugs, women, wine, 3 or 4, at a time, watch them all, stand in line, for a slice of the devil's pie. Who am I, justify all the evil in our eyes, I myself feel the high of all that I inspire. Behind the jail or in the grave, I have to live, spare I made. And if I die before I wait, I hope the Lord don't hesitate. To get to heaven, we went through hell. Tell my peeps, all is well. And all them fools, sold for sale, sitting next to Jezebel. King is scream in my head, on my head, on my bed.
George Catlin in 1832 went directly from Yale, or from Harvard rather, to the upper Missouri River, and with his paintbrushes and so forth, and he did a magnificent recording of the Indian tribes there, just, you might say, 50 years before they were knocked to pieces. He painted portraits of some of these great chiefs. Now, when you look at a straight-on portrait, the eyes seem to follow you. You know how it is. You go over here, the eyes are there. So they thought that he was a magician, that he actually had done things that were alive in the eyes. And this gave him access to a number of inward rituals that no one else had ever seen. And he has painted pictures of these. Among the mandans, he records, and in his letters he describes in detail the rituals of the initiation of those young men. They're taken into a great hut, and nobody has any choice about this. You can't say, no, I'm not a warrior, I'm a peace man, you know.
That was the legendary Joseph Campbell. What I love about Joseph Campbell's work, you could say cultural anthropologist, applied anthropology. The ritual of the rite of passage he is a master of. George Lucas was deeply inspired by Joseph Campbell. His hero's journey, right? Where the hero leaves the known, meets the mentor, meets challenges, dies, is resurrected, and comes back to his known transformed, different. You could say that full circle that Joseph Campbell talks about on the hero's journey represents what reconciliation is supposed to be. Why start a new relationship with your old self, which is just a reenactment, when you can reconcile with a person you love? We live in a society today that throws away people. We throw people away.
Yeah.
Even love, like true connection with people. Oh, it didn't work out because they did this, they did that. I didn't like this, so I disconnected and moved on and started a whole nother situation. That's a reenactment. The ego, the pride, the shame, the guilt, the apathy, all of this is in play, right? And I hear Diamond Blue in my chat saying, you know the rules of our language here. It's some banal always. I must have hit a nerve. Some banal, some but not all. Right? But I'm pointing this out because I think people think that if they end a relationship, they end the reenactment. They think if they start a new relationship, right, it's a clean slate. No, it's a continuation of what you have yet to reconcile internally. And that person you magnetize, attract, or call in will be a reflection of that homework that you're trying to evade. Your thoughts?
Yeah, you just bring the frustration from the last one over to the next one. I mean, because if I leave one situation, let's say I'm dealing with someone for 6-7 months and it doesn't work out, and like you say, I disposed and discarded them because for whatever reason I don't have the patience, or because I haven't learned how to deal with issues or conflict. I don't know, I have no conflict resolution skills or tools, and I move on to someone else, and now they do something that upsets me, and we get into it. I have not yet learned how to deal with conflict resolution. So I'm going to come against the same thing again. And then the same frustration that I felt in that last relationship, I'm going to feel it ×2 in this one. So now my reaction in this one is going to be even worse, because now I have the energy from my last relationship and that frustration, and now I'm going to take it out on this one 10 times worse. So this person's like, whoa, what did I do? Their issue or whatever they did may not have even been that big of a deal. But because I didn't resolve it in my last relationship, this one, and my outbursts or the way I react to it is even worse, because I didn't even resolve whatever my issues were, how I deal with things, or I haven't even severed the ties with the last one. So, and I think that's what we see when we see people just do this on to the next energy. You know, I'm done with you, on to next, on to next, on to the next. Like, you're not on to the next. Like, all you do is you have a trail of dead bodies.
Dead souls, spirits, all of it. Yeah,
it's all behind you. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, it's like, how many dead bodies do you have behind you? Like, you look behind, I got about 15. You know what I mean? Like, and they're just all just attached to you. You're just dragging all these bodies behind you into your next relationship. And that's how I look at it. It's like, how many are you carrying behind you?
Is that what the church means when they say soul ties?
Yeah, that's exactly. How many got attached to you? I mean, that's how I'm looking at it, because they're all unresolved issues of people that you just left behind, that you didn't properly bury. You know, you didn't say your proper goodbyes. They may have ghosted you. You may have ghosted them. You know what I mean? So all of these spirits are just open. They're all attached to you. Hurt, pain, disappointment, heartbreak, everything. And you're just moving on to the next person like everything's okay. And you're not okay. Yeah. Like, you're not okay. You're not well. You're sick. And I'm not saying sick in a demeaning way, but I'm just saying you're not well. You're sick. You're hurt. You're broken. You're in pieces. And now you're coming to me in pieces. And it's almost like I just took a box of puzzles and just dumped it on the table. And you're like, here, but love me. Well, what am I going to do with all these pieces? You're coming to me in pieces, expecting me to love you whole, but how?
They're coming to you in pieces and expecting you to love them whole.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do with it? I don't know. What am I supposed? How am I supposed to love you whole? You're in a million pieces.
This good. I like it. I like it. When we come forward, we're gonna go to Mountain View, Hawaii, and talk to my brother Pastor John. Pastor John is the first one to crack the code on this national discussion. Hey, when we come forward, it's about to heat up. Let's get it.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Donald Trump has all but declared war on California, sending in the National Guard, blocking disaster relief, and cutting funds to our colleges. And now, he and Texas Republicans are trying to rig the next election by stealing congressional seats from black voters in states like Texas.
They want to rig these elections, and they want the power that gerrymandering provides.
Seriously, look it up. But Prop 50 is how we fight back. It gives Californians the power to fight fire with fire and beat Trump at his own game. Prop 50 creates temporary emergency congressional maps that level the playing field and protect the power of black votes. Not just in California, but across the country. Your vote matters, and the whole country is counting on California to lead. So use your vote to protect our power, our history, and our future. Vote yes on Prop 50 by November 4. Ad paid for by Yes on 50, the Election Rigging Response Act, Governor Newsom's Ballot Measure Committee, Ad Committee's top funders, HMP for Prop 50, and Fund for Policy Reform.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at WalkGoodLA. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just turn it down just a little bit. I didn't want to do this, but I'm gonna do it, man. So, in 1995, I'm the senior VP of Black Music, A&R, at Maverick Records for Madonna, Freddie DeMann, and Abby Conowitch. And this album drops. D'Angelo, that first album. Such a cold record, man. And I'm in my office banging it. Boom, boom, bap, banging it. And a friend of mine was like, do you know D'Angelo's manager? And I was like, nah. And then I had messages from Madonna asking, Can you connect us? Because she heard D'Angelo. Can you get us together? Come to find out, the homie was connected to Kedar Massenberg, his manager. And I had a direct connect to Kedar. And that connection never happened. But I wonder what would have happened if I could pull off the Madonna D'Angelo, right? Because, you know, Madonna was big on trying to connect with our greats. You know, she was big. She connected with Mike, connected with Prince. This was the beginning of neo soul.
Yeah.
Kedar Massenberg not only had D'Angelo, but he was managing Erykah Badu at the time. And I just, when I think about it, and as a matter of fact, we're listening to this neo soul, and it reminds me of John B. and his group, Jack Herrera, that never came out. Right? Babyface didn't want to put it out. Right? He didn't want to put it out because he felt like, you're a solo act. You're like the white version of me. You know, you remember when John B was singing like Babyface, sounding like Babyface?
He's from Pasadena. I remember the whole city was all lit.
Pasadena, right?
Mm-hmm.
But John B and his group could have fit right into this 1995 neo-soul emergence. You had Erykah, you had D'Angelo.
Bilal.
No, Bilal wasn't there yet. This is 95.
Okay.
Bilal wasn't there. Jack Herrera, if you haven't heard that album, they just put it out like 2 years ago. It was recorded in 93, 4, 5, 6. And Babyface shelved it because it was too soulful, it was too rich. It's John B in a group with two other cats, one cat from Philly, one cat from Texas. And it was just an amazing time, 95. So I just wanted to take this little interlude, this little moment, to just say, this brother, one of a kind voice, one of a kind spirit, just one of a kind creative soul impression on black folks. Just on folks, period, on music, period. We want to say, rest in peace, Brother D'Angelo. Like Michael, like Prince, your music, your legacy, your kids, you know, everything is going to live. It's going to live on, brother. Much love from the VOR, live from 1580 KBLA, Talk 1580. Man, I had to say that, man. Anyway, we're back. The voice of reason is here. I'm sorry. I just had a D'Angelo moment. That record just took me back to 95, man. We're going to miss D'Angelo, man. That dude. I got a Prince story, too.
Oh, boy.
You know, Prince didn't really like folks, like, copying his vibe. He didn't. Prince was very territorial about it. I'm going to get back to the topic.
I'm about to say, did it have the same vibe?
When you hear records like How Does It Feel, or it's called Untitled,
yeah,
that's a Prince vibe,
okay.
Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's a Prince thing. And Jesse Johnson, who was the guitarist for the time, went out on tour with D'Angelo. And Jesse is telling this story where Prince called him like, hey, man, what are you doing?
I don't share my people.
Right? Play a little clip of a little piece of the Untitled. So the Untitled is a Prince vibe.
Oh, God, I love that song.
Like, it's really a Prince vibe. So, you know, Jesse goes on tour with D'Angelo. And Prince hears about it, and, you know, they killing, they cooking. But you got to understand, D'Angelo is in awe of Prince. Like, yo, he loves Prince.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
I think he did She's Always in My Hair. Like, and, you know, Prince was kind of prickly about certain things. Like, hey, see, Michael Jackson looked at music like this. God gives me the records. I got to write them down, you know. I heard a recording where Mike says, if I don't wake up after getting this download from God and write down this song, he'll give it to Prince. Right? So Prince, on the other hand, was very territorial about his music.
Yeah.
Like, hey, hold on. So not to say that this is a copy of Prince's music.
Yeah.
But it's a copy of the vibe.
Yeah.
You feel me? So Prince is kind of like, hey, that's a little close to my universe.
Yeah.
So he calls Jesse Johnson like, hey, man, what's happening?
Yeah.
What you doing?
Right.
You like, hey, you on another team?
Right.
This is our sound.
Right.
So I can recall being at the House of Blues. Prince had just come out with the Weird album. He had a lot of weird albums.
Yeah, lots of weird albums.
He had a lot of weird albums. But one of those albums was about slave ships, and it was just different for what Prince fans are accustomed to.
Mm-hmm.
But he had just did a whole concert at the Kodak Theater. I promise y'all, we're going to get to the phone calls. We're going to get back to the topic. This is a D'Angelo moment. We have to capture it here.
I think I was at that Prince concert.
So, it was at the Kodak Theater.
Mm-hmm.
He does it. And then the after concert is where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the House of Blues, right? Sunset. I'm there. We're all sardines. They sprayed us with olive oil as we walked in so we could fit, right? I'm telling you, it was packed. When I tell you, Prince, I think it was a 90-minute set, but in that 90 minutes, he did a song that was colder than this song playing right now. It was a song like, I'm watching everybody in the audience going, what album is that on? Everybody's like whispering to each other, what song is this? What is this? What is going on? Everybody's doing that, right? Somebody taps me on my right shoulder. It's Michael Jackson's brother, Randy. And he said, hey, man, do you know what song this is? I said, I don't know what this is. But it was a song like this. But it was just from the vault. And he just ripped it on stage live.
He wanted y'all let y'all know he had it in the cut.
So Prince is territorial. Like, hey, man, don't jack my vibe,
right,
kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but how Prince was. He was just territorial about it. And he should have been more accommodating. Like, you're Prince. Everybody's going to be inspired by you,
You know
bro.
how artists are.
Yeah.
Protective of their craft.
I just wanted to take this moment, man, and just acknowledge this brother, man. We love you, D'Angelo.
Absolutely.
We love you, man. Rest in peace. When we come forward, the voice of reason, and you already know the big deal is up in here cooking. Let's get it.
Wanna take the walls down. Yeah. If you want me to, baby. All around.